get it over here. This led to this. Paul Tassi writing an article.
Paul Tassi, Tom Henderson. What are we doing, man? You 50 years old. And every time I watch one of your videos, it's either Tom Henderson, Paul Tassi, Mark Cerny, Phil Spencer, Sarah Bond. What about the games, man? What about the games? I mean, you guys call yourself gamers, but yet I don't see any of you people talk about any games that you're anticipated in playing in 2025. I mean, you guys have. I mean, a lot of them happen to be Xbox games, but still, nonetheless, that's what we should be focused on. Why do we care so much about these people that are out here making these articles? And what's even more laughable, this is regurgitation at its finest. These ain't even sources that you people even coming up with. These are sources that are coming from somebody else. I'm surprised Paul Tassi don't have his own YouTube channel. And you know what? And out here claiming that, hey, you guys are running with my narratives. You guys are taking what I'm saying and using it, using it in your own YouTube videos. Is this what this man wants to claim as credible? You say you got a gaming history and all that, but yet you gotta go to Potessi to get information about what's going on in the gaming community. Bro, you ain't nothing but a joke.
Paul Tassi's right on point.
Paul
New estimates
Tassi.
have PS5
Oh no,
being-
Paul Tassi's not on point because if the article was different and if it said something like new estimates have PS5 beating Xbox over 5-1 in sales, but for some reason the lackluster sales of PlayStation in regards to exclusives ain't selling, this would not be a good article. And this is what you fanboys gravitate towards. Like, bro, it's a piece of plastic, bro. Like, I know you know what it is, man. It's like that movie South Central when the guy's like, I know it's a man. This is a man you're dealing with here. I know he's a man. I want his lunch for 20 years. That's what you sound like, man. You people are desperate. Grow up. It's a $500 plastic box where people will just pick up one to play games with their loved ones or their friends. Nobody's thinking this deep about this little fake wannabe console war y'all got going on, man.
Xbox over 5-1 in sales for November.
And what about them low software sales? Because if that is the case, then you have to explain as to why the software sales for the PS5 have been significantly low. That's something you ponies never want to touch up on. You never want to touch up on the fact that these games that are on this so-called superior PlayStation 5 that's outselling everybody, and as to why your games are only selling about 1.5 million, even though Astro bought one game of the year.
That's some nasty work.
Because I'm failing to understand, like, what is this actually about, bro? Is this about console sales? Is this about software sales? Is this about the which company is doing better? Because we already know Microsoft is doing far better than PlayStation, so that's not even an argument. So what is the argument? Because as a gamer, this provides me with nothing. Okay, the PlayStation 5 is outselling the Xbox, and the Nintendo Switch is still outsold the PS5, and that doesn't stop people from enjoying their PlayStation 5 consoles. I'm failing to understand why these videos are even created in the first place. Like, what is the whole purpose of this video?
Boy, no way, boy. Boy, no way. That's diabolical. Diabolical. Yeah. 4 million. Like, around the world. 4 million consoles sold around the world compared to 767,000 consoles.
That is still very impressive. I mean, Microsoft is still making a lot of money off the Xbox brand. Just because something doesn't necessarily sell as much as I guess you want to call it your competitors doesn't mean Microsoft is not doing well with the Xbox gaming division. If anything, it seems to be selling a little bit far more than what the Xbox One did, which is still a lot of people. Why do we keep denouncing that it's not a lot of people? Because the PlayStation is at 60, 70, what? I don't even know at this point. 60, 70 million PS5s out there. A lot of them, let's be honest, were scalpers. And two, a lot of those PS5s are being activated by people that want to play Fortnite and Call of Duty. Because you want to sit there and talk about how the PS5 sold 4 million, then explain to, or 4 million extra additional sales, then explain to me why Astrobot only sold 1.5 million then. I mean, you guys sold 4 million consoles. You got to tell me what the PlayStation 5 gamers are playing, because clearly it's not exclusives. Because if they were, Sony wouldn't be planning on putting their games on PC, would they?
For Xbox. And I'm impressed with Switch. 1.7 million around the world when Switch 2's right around the corner. Switch 2's a beast. I mean, Switch is a beast. That ain't no lie.
But what about the games though? The Switch is not a beast because of the hardware that's sold. The Switch is a beast because it sells exclusive games. It hits it in every department. It hits it in more departments than what PlayStation is doing. They have their own multiplayer games, Mario Party. I mean, even Nintendo has gotten with the program. You tell me what PlayStation 5 game that Sony focuses on that has online multiplayer. Oh, that's right, Concord, and that game flopped and failed. Destruction All Stars, flop and failed. It's so funny, and this is all you guys have. Let's talk about the software once for an argument and let's see how this argument still lasts, because if anything, it only ruins your argument. The more the PS5 sells is more that it proves my point that nobody picks it up for exclusive games. Because how do you have 60, 70 million PS5s out there and Astrobot only sold not even close to 2 mil? How come you people never want to touch upon these subjects? You know why? Because it doesn't suit your narrative. Plain and simple.
And it's on the way out, which makes Xbox even looks pathetic. Because Switch is on the way out. Like you have to ask yourself, how many more people want a Switch? That, as compared to people who don't want an Xbox. That shit is wild. Like Switch 2 is literally around the corner, and it's selling 1.7 million, while Xbox Series XS, not even 1 million worldwide. Not even 500,000 in the US. You know it's bad in North America. You can't even get 500,000 sales in November.
I don't know why this matters to you guys so much, man. I picked up so many consoles like the TurboGrafx 16 and even the 3DO even, and we've never had these type of conversations. Because this is ridiculous, bro. What does this have anything to do with gaming? Like, that's what I try to tell you guys. They're so attached to the piece of plastic, they're not playing anything on it, man. You guys want to sit there and talk about, I play games. How do you play games, bro? Like, you're on Twitter right now, bro. Look, it says 49 notifications, bro. You don't not leave. And you got literally folders, bro. Like, this man's got full gaming, Bill. Bro, you got Bill, social fly. Bro, you is a loser, bro. Get off your computer. Now I tell you what. Now I see why PC gamers say get yourself a PC, because you're essentially using a PC for all your bills, social flying, whatever, Cali bills, school, career tools, and debates, retirement, bruh. There's something physically wrong with you, man. Like, I get it, you was in the military and all that, but still, bruh, you 50 years old. Let's not forget, my man.
That is diabolical, right? The parity clause. Because Xbox Series S is hurting. To which, now we're going to segue.
It's hurting because they didn't get Black Myth Wukong, bro. They didn't even get one of the Marvel Arcade Classics, bro. And y'all use that as an excuse to knock the Xbox, right? I mean, you guys are going to find anything, bro, at this point. I mean, Xbox has their own type of games and PlayStation has, well, they're not even their games. Like, this is what's even more pathetic about this, is the fact that a lot of the games that are locked down to the PS5, at least for right now, are not even PlayStation's very own titles. I mean, you can clearly tell that Sony has their involvement with these things, because let's just be honest, if Black Myth Wukong and Marvel Arcade Classics all went to the Xbox, what would really be the appeal of PlayStation? And those games are also on the Nintendo's, well, besides Black Myth, on the Nintendo Switch. So what are people really gaining from this little called console market, really? I don't get it, man. What I don't understand is how is this dude's 50 years old still acting like a pathetic little child, bro? You got a whole 2-hour live stream talking about nothing. Like, why don't you talk about how the games on PS5 are so much incredible? You guys don't. You talk about Xbox, bro. I don't understand, like, why would somebody pick up a platform and talk more about the opposite platform that they don't even own? Like, this is how you know you're engaging in console wars, when you're talking more about the other platform than your very own. Like I said, I could talk about anything because I own all these platforms. I could talk about the PS5, I could talk about the Switch, and I could talk about my experiences with the Xbox Series X. You can't even speak on it because you have never played on it. You're looking at it from the lens, oh, they're losing because of the hardware. What about the games, bro? What about all the games that these Xbox gamers are looking forward to? Oh no, I know what your ponies say. Oh, we'll just wait for them on PlayStation. There you go. That's all they do. But what happened if some of those games don't go, Puerto Rock? What are you gonna do then? You're gonna still claim that Sony allegedly won some type of console war, and bro, this is not gaming, bro. Like if you guys follow any of these channels and take these dudes seriously, this is not gaming, bro. This is not gaming, bro. This is about what hardware sales, bro. Like I don't get it, man. You know, we talking about. I'm like Alan Gamerson. We talking about playing. This man's talking about consoles.
I'm gonna segue into the new. Yep. Right.
Why are you even watching Colt Eastwood, bro? Like, why are you even watching him?
Wow, everybody keeps talking about 10 gigs on Series S. It's even less than that, because remember...
Y'all are ridiculous, man. Y'all are absolutely ridiculous, bro. Like, you gotta start questioning how good PlayStation 5 is if you're watching Colt Eastwood, bro. At least I can say one thing. At least he's talking about Xbox. I mean, he's an Xbox fanboy that talks about Xbox. What are you ponies doing? Oh, that's right. Talking about Xbox. Like, are you guys starting to understand the problem here? Nintendo player essence. Even though I don't even care about the dude, and the dude shills and he damage controls for Nintendo. But what does he talk about, guys? He talks about Nintendo. These Xbox channels talk about Xbox. These PlayStation channels only talk about Xbox, and then maybe occasionally throw in PC. You people are ridiculous. You guys are the only group of fanboys that talk about everybody else, but you don't even talk about your own platform. Like, this don't even make sense, bro.
Some of those gigs have to...
Why are you worried about it? Ain't you playing it on your PS5, man? Oh, I forgot. You ain't playing it because you don't care for those type of games.
As a reminder,
you don't even know what you want to say.
Has to be... Part of it has to go towards the system, OS, and quick resume. So you're talking at least 2 gigs being dedicated. So really, developers only have access at most 8 gigs for their games. So it's not the full 10 gigs. Because you got system OS and quick resume, boomstick again. Let's see what he has to say.
And everyone, of course, is blaming the Series S as being the little brother of the crutch, and that's not in fact the case at all.
It is, because it's literally the only device out of the main devices that only has 8 gigs. Xbox Series X has 16 gigs. Asus ROG Ally, Steam Deck, gaming laptops, PlayStation 5.
I don't understand what this crutch means. I mean, Indiana Jones ran pretty fine on it. I just really don't understand what are we doing here, man. You know what I'm saying? If you guys want to find any sort of, I guess, console war ammunition to knock each other, and it's absolutely pathetic, bro. Like, I mean, it's 2025, and this is what we still continue to do. Like, I get it. It can be fun. It can be played. But come on, bro. Really? Is it really that important to you guys, man? I mean, this guy's got folders upon folders about this. Come on, man. Definition of a loser.
They all have access to 16 gigs, right? The only other device that doesn't have access to that is maybe the Switch, but no one's talking about putting the game on Switch. Everybody knows it's not going to go on the Switch. So Xbox Series X is fine. Series X can play the game. It can get the game. But the parity being tethered to the Series S, that's the problem. This game would already be on Xbox for Series X owners if Series S never existed. If Microsoft would have released a Series X all digital instead of Series S...
I mean, I'm going to explain as to why the Series S exists. Because the Series S is... Alright, let's break it down from 2020. You guys got sold on to a fake generation. You guys are not going to get next generation games until the PS6 or whatever Microsoft's new consoles. Y'all all got played. I hate to say it, even Microsoft has played y'all with the Series S, but not entirely, because the Series S is doing what it does best, which is a lower end piece of hardware that will be able to maintain and run a lot of these games now. You guys got played. Y'all like, what? Y'all all got played. The Series S owners got played. The Xbox Series X and the PS5 owners got played. This is why you guys talk about remasters and remakes. Not saying Xbox dudes, but these dudes. You guys all got played, bruh. This generation ain't nothing but a PS4. The PS5 ain't nothing but a PS5 4 Pro. That's what you paid for. You didn't pay for no PS5 like you people think. Because look at the games that you're playing. Your games speak volumes as to what your console's about. And Sony's not showing it. Now, Microsoft, with a lot of their newer titles, they are pushing for that Unreal Engine 5. So I'll give them that little benefit. So that's the only reason why I'm like, Microsoft, you're doing by the gamers by doing that. I respect that because that is a next generation gaming engine, and that's what we need to see. We need to see the envelope being pushed, even if it does cause for a few games to mess up. Because I'm tired of these so-called PS4 glistened up, shined up, remastered games. I'm tired of it. PS4 level games with 4K 60 for a lot of these. I'm tired of it, bro. It's ridiculous, bro. Like, you got to ask yourself, is this a next-gen platform if this is what we're doing? Playing old games. Even Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is a cross-gen game. You people still in cross-gen to NBA 2K. Bro, y'all still in the PS4 generation. So the fact that they're still making games for PS4, well, maybe Sony don't want to because they're tired of, they want you guys to eventually upgrade. But they're still making a lot of money off the PS4. So if you're gonna go as far to say that the Series S is holding back gaming, then you also have to denounce the PS4 because the PS4 is far more weaker than the Series S. But ain't nobody blaming the PS4 for why that still exists because Sony's still getting a lot of money from it. Because ain't none of their fans want to upgrade to the PS5 because the PS5 doesn't offer anything.
We will not have this conversation. This conversation will not
No,
exist.
we would not have this conversation if they still weren't optimizing and making games for the PS4. How come you guys want to completely miss that fact? Microsoft single-handedly destroyed the One X, which was a mid-gen refresh, right? Which I think that was their idea, was to carry it a little bit, which essentially what the Series S is, right? That was the mid-gen refresh. The Series S replaced the One X. That's all it did. You feel what I'm saying? Which is kind of messed up because the One X was supposed to bridge that gap. And, Microsoft said, no, we're going to cancel it completely and focus on the Series S and X.
So it literally is Series S's fault. No Series S. If we had,
so it isn't PS4's fault for why they're still making games for the PS4. Then why is Sony want games on PS4 still? Oh, because a lot of people still pay for the online, and there's like a lot of money being made there. There is. Look at the PS4 and PS5 play chart. There's just as many people playing on PS4 as they are playing on PS5. And if they're paying for membership, that is money going to Sony every single month. Why would they cancel the PS4?
A market of no Series S, or if Series S was the code name for the all digital Series X, this podcast right now, this comment you're about to say wouldn't happen. We wouldn't know this problem in the gaming industry. This wouldn't exist.
What do you mean? What do you mean not exist? Games will still be made for the lowest common denominator.
What's happening now, the conversations, and you're going to see more stuff, none of this would exist. This would be a totally different universe.
They made a deal. They took the bag.
We wouldn't be talking about made a deal because the game will be on Xbox, so there will be no such thing as making a deal, coming up with these damage control. No one will be making up stories and stuff like that. None of this would exist. You would just have the game on Xbox.
You don't know that. You still can't even say that it would go to Xbox. Just because a game would run on a platform doesn't necessarily mean it would have still went to Xbox. A lot of the games that were made and developed for the PS1 could have been made for the Sega Saturn, but no, Sony obviously had a hand in there, and that's why a lot of those games never went to the Saturn, because Sony was publishing these games their own and saying, hey, we'll do the publishing fees, but you put them on our platform, and there you go. And with the PS1 being as successful as it was, companies didn't feel the need to expand past the N64 in the Sega Saturn. That's literally it. Sony was out here publishing these games entirely for free. And that's why they said, okay, we owe you, Sony. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Right? So there you go. So let's not act like Sony has never done this before. You should know better. You said you play PS1 and you don't notice these little side deals that Sony used to do with Tekken and Square Soft. Come on, man. Like, this is why I be calling cap on you dudes when y'all sit there and say, oh, I played PlayStation back in the days. If you did, how do you not know this? How do you not know this if you did? Come on, man.
and now we're not getting it until whenever. And now, thanks to this delay, whenever it's going to come out, I'm not going to support it. I'm not giving them their money. And I think what's going to wind up happening is it's probably not going to...
Which is crazy, because you guys claim Boomstick to be an Xbox channel, but obviously he has a PlayStation 5. If he's sitting there saying, oh, I want the game to come to Xbox, what is wrong with people saying this? He feels that like, even my personal opinion, like the criticisms and the negativity that they're saying in regards to Xbox about why this game can't run on it is full of crap. And you people know it. You know it. These PlayStation fanboys know it. So if he doesn't want to support the game because he feels that they, this excuse that they came up was a load of crap, he's entitled to it. But he said he would support the game more than what you people are doing.
So well on Xbox because you probably pissed off a lot of people.
Because people are tired of the fanboy stuff. People are tired of it, bro. What do you guys don't understand? I'm tired of it, bro. I'm tired of it. Like, this is the only thing you guys harp onto is this fanboy garbage.
I understand business, but at least be forthcoming with it. So yeah,
I respect that. Because I seen what he said too, and the first thing I said was excuses. Honestly. Because that's what it looked like.
PlayStation, we need to deal with them. We're a small team. We need the money.
And let's not act like Sony developers weren't also on that project either. Even Dreamcast guy exposed that, Puerto Rock. So don't be sitting here playing around like, oh, I know no, you don't know nothing. They were even credited in the game. So you don't think Sony would sit there and say, oh, no, lock it to our platform?
So, they're getting the game first. They have a year exclusive, whatever. And maybe Sony's not letting them talk?
What's going on? Because that's literally the standard blueprint, like the standard template statement whenever there's an exclusivity deal. Oh, we have no new comments on...
So let me ask you this. Then why did Rise of the Tomb Raider skip PlayStation when that game came out originally on Xbox? Did Microsoft, the last time I checked, you were saying that Microsoft was holding out on that deal. Oh! You see how I just exposed you already? You see, this is why this dude can't stand me in this community, because he ain't nothing but a bunch of load of crap. Y'all don't remember when Rise of the Tomb Raider was on the Xbox One, right? Y'all didn't sit there and say, oh, it's because they want to make it on AirBob first. Oh, no, y'all said Microsoft did an exclusive deal, which they did. They did a timed exclusive deal, and Black Myth Wukong is probably very similar to what Rise of the Tomb Raider was for them. You people know it. Stop capping, bruh. Like, that's all it is. Stop the cap. For real. Like, I see you still wearing the same New York Yankees hat, but stop the cap, for crying out loud, man. Stop it.
I mean, Stalker. They're literally doing that right now. Everybody's asking Stalker, when's the PlayStation version coming out?
And there you go. And who you think is stopping that, huh?
We know it's just a timed exclusive. The Stalker devs are saying they have no news on the PlayStation version right now. Literally. That's literally.
And why do you think that would happen? Why do you think they would do that? And ding, 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 because Microsoft did a time exclusivity deal. Okay? So this ain't about being salty. You got one, everybody got one. They got Stalker 2, and y'all got Black Myth Wukong. This is timed exclusivity at its finest. There's no such thing as an exclusive anymore, man. That's what you people are not saying. And who knows? Some companies be like, well, we might not do it, but I don't see why not. Stalker 2, you can make a lot of money off these PlayStation phonies. They ain't got nothing to play.
What they're doing. They're just literally talking about they don't have any updates on the PlayStation version, no news about it.
Okay.
That's literally what these developers do whenever they have a marketing deal. They just defer.
Yeah, and that's what people are saying about this Black Myth Wukong not dropping on Xbox. They're essentially... See, I'm going to catch you on your lies. You said, oh, it can't run because of the 10 gigabyte of RAM and all that, 10 gigabyte of yams. But they're saying and telling you that that's not the argument. That is an excuse. They just won't want to put it due to this side exclusivity deal. That's what he's essentially saying. That's what Boomstick's saying. I'm not supporting it. That's literally his freaking point. And then you go as far to say, well, Xbox is nobody's arguing this. You're the only one arguing this dumb stuff.
They don't be like, hey, what about the PlayStation version? Well,
we know they're not going to just publicly put this information because it beats the purpose of why they did it in the first place, you big dummy.
We're having issues with the pisser. We're having, artifacting stuff that's really messing up.
Most of you gamers wouldn't even know what they're even explaining. That's why they don't sit there and tell you this. They just sit there and say, oh, we can't work on it because such and such. Keep it nice and easy for your console peasants, you know? Just like the same fools that believed in blast processing power when in reality it was just a better CPU over the Super Nintendo. They got us use stupid marketing terms and stupid talking points to get you console fanboy warriors to understand what's really going on here in gaming.
With the 60 frames per second.
But any real gamer or any person that has been following gaming for as long as I have, which you clearly should have because you're way older than me, should know that.
18.1 gigawatts, they're not going to do that. They're not going to go deep dive into tech talk. They're not going to talk tech talk.
Why would you talk tech talk to a bunch of console dummies that don't even know about their own hardware? You know, Mr. 36 teraflops of PS4 5 Pro power.
Really about marketing. They're not going to say anything.
Oh, man.
If everything's fine with Xbox, they're just going to say, hey, we don't have any.
Your argument has flopped, bruh. Your argument has lost 5-1, Puerto Rock. Like I said, I think we all... See, it's so funny with him. He does this a lot. He likes to explain things that most people already know already. I think Boomstick, I think even myself, I think a lot of people watching this video, we know this already. But his argument is that it's not dropping on Xbox, and he's sick and tired of that excuse. Because let's not act like we didn't see what the person said and be like, that doesn't make sense. That is the point. We know that there's this side exclusivity. And then you go as far as say, well, everybody's doing with Stalker 2, and yeah, we're not saying that. Nobody's saying that. But the excuse that y'all making is what's making these Xbox dudes be like, scratching their head and be like, bro, what are y'all talking about, bro? Like, if you said that, well, Stalker 2's not coming to PlayStation because Airbot Mother did a side deal, most Xbox dudes would probably agree with you. But then you got Xbox dudes telling you Black Myth Wukong skipping Xbox due to the Sony side. Oh, no. Oh, no. You're defending it. Oh, no. Sony don't do that. Even though Sony's been doing it for over 30 years since the PlayStation 1. But Sony don't do that, right? Sony never did it during the PlayStation 1. Sony never did it during the PS2, guys. Sony has never indulged in that behavior. Bruh, how do you think they beat this? How do you think they beat the N64? Because they took the page from Nintendo and decided to use it for their very own. You big dummy.
Version. Please stay tuned later for more info. And then once the marketing deal's over, they'll be like, hey guys, Black Myth Wukong's coming
Well,
today.
see, people have to understand they have to do these little things, guys, even if it ain't much, because that's kind of how the market is. You know what I'm saying? They got to make these consoles appealing in some way and somehow to the shareholders, so that even if they got to take a few little games here, a few little games there, it's good for the market. You feel me? So like I said, this is why it's not that big of a deal. That's why I tell people, why y'all game on one console? Xbox Series X is for you PS5 owners. You PS5 owners saying, I'm going to PC. That doesn't prove anything. Go get yourself an Xbox. These consoles was designed for us. The Xbox is a PC, but in a console form, to play your Xbox and your PC-related games, while your PS5 is for exclusives. Everything serves its purpose. Everything serves its purpose. You want Black Myth Wukong, you got to go buy a PS5 for these little... Well, it's not even niche because it sold well, but I'm just saying for these type of games. If you want them early on. You guys are essentially defending timed exclusivity. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Puerto Rock, yet again, explaining things that people have already fully aware about because he doesn't have no argument. Like, it's so funny that he went to that level. Like, oh, yeah, it's because of this exclusive. But Stalker 2, that doesn't prove his point. Well, what point did you prove? You just proved the point that they're doing side deals. That's all you proved. Because you said that, oh, no, it can't come because it's because of the hardware. That's what you said. The 10 gigabytes of yams. That's what you said. Man, I'm done, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Take care, man. Peace out.